It's the Orioles on Masset, and we welcome you. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, the site, and it is a glorious weather evening for this game, too, between the Seattle Mariners and the Orioles. What a gorgeous day it was here in the Baltimore area. Hope it was for you wherever you may be. I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us. The Orioles opened up 5-3 loss last night to Seattle. They got back in the ball game 3-3. Could not, however, get a lead in that game. Here in this beautiful ballpark, the struggles for the Orioles this year. Thought we'd take a look at a comparison. The end results last year and so far this year. Rather surprising, certainly in the win-loss column it is. Last year they were 46-35 at home. They're 11-24 right now. What's the problem? Well, let's get down first of all to starter relievers. Fact of the matter is the pitching starters at home and the relievers, the numbers are good. For the starters, even better at home than it was last year. But where's the offense? In a ballpark noted for being a bandbox, supposedly, the Oriole runs have gone down by more than a run per game from last year to this year. And another one of those inexplicable numbers, Mike Bordick, for the Orioles.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, the Orioles having a hard time here at home, and this is typically the place where they get right. They play their best baseball in front of their home crowd. Well, the ball just not jumping for them right now. Offensively, it's been a struggle. They're scoring less than a run a game compared to the numbers from last year. Of course, last year they weren't a winning team either, but here when they came to their home park at Camden Yards, just things came together. 1 through 9, there was a solid offense consistency all the way through. And right now, some struggling Orioles. I mean, just starting to come out of it, but Jonathan Scope, Trey Mancini were huge parts of the Oriole offense last year, not to mention Chris Davis and Mark Trumbo, and both really scuffling. All 4 of those guys scuffling this year, most of them hitting under 200 still as we speak. Trumbo's starting to pick it up, but he's only got 2 home runs here at Camden Yards, and that is the name of the game. Orioles offense under Buck Showalter and Dan Duquette, it's all about the power. You got to hit home runs to win ball games. They're just not doing it here at Camden Yards yet this season.
And it won't get any easier tonight with James Paxton, the left-hander, on the mound in the ball game. For the Orioles, trying to find a way to generate runs. They still don't have the speed differential that they need. And Paxton's got those big reverse numbers coming into this ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And it's a righty-loaded lineup that Buck Showalter has put against Paxton. Paxton's got a nasty fastball rushing up there, 99. Slider works hard in on the hands. Boy, it's going to be tough for the righties to clear him out of there. Surprised there aren't a couple more lefties in Buck's lineup today.
One of the lineup changes made by Seattle, Nelson Cruz, the former Oriole, and their big slugger is not in. Lower back pains taking him out. We'll check those lineups when we come back to Camden Yards. West. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center. Be a part of something greater. It has been a gorgeous weather day. Look at the game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. 79 very comfortable degrees. Just a gentle breeze blowing out towards center to start the ball game. And the starting lineup, which was changed late in the day for Seattle: Gordon, Segura, and Haniger, Seager, Span, and Healy. Gamble, he did not play last night. Zunino did not either, and Heredia was not going to play. But when they took Cruz out, he is in this season for Segura. You see, 14 games, 3 hits, first in the AL.
Yeah, and let's take a look at Kevin Gausman's pitch arsenal this season. Of course, got that power 4-seam fastball, the splitter, and slider. I think everything really hinges on Kevin Gausman's fastball command, especially that glove side. It's hit or miss recently. Kevin Gausman's had some struggles, has not had a win in 7 starts, and of course not supported by the offense and as far as scoring some runs. Take a look at his numbers on the year. 4.38, not a bad earned run average for Gausman. Has the 3 wins, 84 punch outs, so that split finger working for the punch out pitch. He is getting ahead. Probably first pitch strike has got to be a key for Kevin Gausman tonight if he wants to get deep into the ball game. You see the home runs of 15 given up this season, and that is just lack of fastball command, some mistakes with the fastball leaking back over the middle. And we talked about that glove side. That's where that fastball, if he tries to stick it in on lefties at times, boy, it ends up in the middle of the plate and damage is done.
He is 1-2 lifetime against Seattle. Kevin Gausman making yet another start here at Camden Yards, where the record has been below the 500 mark at home. 3-4 this year, 4.5 ERA, lifetime 22-18 here in this ballpark with a 3.6 earned run average. So the 27-year-old right-hander ready to go against Seattle. Here's Gordon, the speedster. Beckham is in at third base. Gordon will take the pitch for a strike, and we are underway in game 2. Good 2 for 5 in the ball game last night, along with a stolen base, and he had a couple of RBIs to go with it. A very dangerous leadoff batter. Gets on, he can cause havoc, and will foul that one the other way.
Yeah, real good bunter as well, and Tim Beckham over there honoring that bunt. A good 10 feet in on the grass here. Now 2 strikes, backing up a little bit.
First time for Gordon to face Kevin Gausman. Kevin 0-2 has had problems with a put away pitch when he gets ahead in the count. That one will be taken down low, and that problem has resulted in hits and resulted in longer counts than he'd like to have, and then the pitch count gets up, and then the next thing you know, you're out of the ball game in the 5th or 6th inning. So Roger McDowell hoping tonight find that put away and get out of these innings a little quicker. 1-2, he tried to lay that into left field and fouls it off.
Boy, that's a nice fastball right there from Kevin Gausman. You're right, but a big key also for Gausman is the ability to get ahead and then stay ahead throughout and at bat. You're telling me his pitch count gets just jacked up way too soon. His last outing, he had 4 base on balls. We saw 10 in last night's ball game. I just think it would be all about filling up the strike zone tonight.
That ball third base side. Beckham will come over and not have a play over the railing and into the camera well on the far side, and bounces back out on the field. For Gordon, he leads the American League with the 20 steals, picking them up. Number 20 in the ball game last night. He'd been on a long streak without a stolen base. He'd gone 18 games without a stolen base prior to picking one up last night. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Defense straight up. Beckham back at third now. Pitch will be taken outside, and the count will go to 2-2.
Well, good try with the split finger right there. A nice take by Gordon. I think a lot of hitters obviously look for that Kevin Gausman split finger. Wants to finish it down around the plate. It looked like the fastball coming out of the hand.
He'll try in a 2-2 right here. Gordon will go after it and up the middle. Manny's going to have to hustle that throw. Does, and gets the out. Good play. Manny knowing who was running.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. And the one thing Manny Machado has gotten much better at since the start of the season, just understanding the speed of the ball, speed of the runner. Little ground ball up the middle. Manny knows their speed, so it's got to be a quick transfer and go. And Manny takes no time. How about that? Right into the throwing hand and off it goes. Beautiful play by Machado, and that's a big league shortstop play right there.
Orioles will try and equal the defensive play we saw from the infield last night of Seattle. They were outstanding. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Segura getting the start at shortstop. He made a couple of great plays last night defensively. Had the 0 for 3 in the ball game. He is 1 for 3 lifetime off Kevin Gausman. And Segura will take the pitch. That is in there for a strike. So again, Gausman gets ahead as he did on Gordon with the 0-2 count. Coming into the game for Kevin, 99 hits surrendered. That's the 4th highest among American League pitchers. Chopper, he reached for it, fouled it off. Good movement away.
Yeah, another good pitch on that outside corner from Gausman. Let's take a look at the defense behind Gausman here this evening. Mancini, Jones, and Valencia roaming the outfield here at Camden. Machado and Scope turning 2 up the middle with Beckham and Davis on the corners. Caleb Joseph once again behind the plate.
0-2 count. Again, another straight up D situation on Segura. Gausman's pitch to him will be outside for a ball. Orioles having to make a call up today again. Donnie Hart's been called up, so they got a 3 left-hander bullpen going for tonight's game. Donnie's up with Dylan Bundy going on the 10-day DL with that bad ankle that he hurt running the bases. And the starter for Thursday was supposed to be Bundy. It obviously will not be. And it could be Jimmy Yacobonis. He was scratched from his AAA start tonight. Could be Castro. Could be Mike Wright. Yacobonis late, I guess today, confirmed to the Virginian pilot that he was headed to Baltimore. Rod Cavaco had that in his notes tonight, so he's on his way up.
Well, I'll be. I know when Buck was talking about it earlier today, he said just kind of play these next couple games out, see what happens, see if they need, more pitching. You just never know nowadays if a pitcher gets knocked out early, what they may need.
3-2 delivery, 7th pitch of the at bat on the way. Segura goes to the hold. He's got a base hit. So there's another one of those at bats where Gausman got ahead 0-2, ends up with a 3-2 count, and Segura ends up with a single.
Yeah, talk about trying to find that put away pitch. And Kevin made some great pitches in this at bat. He made a couple nice sliders down and away, but Segura, that 2-strike approach, and we've seen it here with a couple teams here recently. And Segura goes up there with a choked up bat and just trying to put the ball in play. So seeing the ball very well. How about that? 100 hits he's got now, 2nd in the American League.
Yep. And that'll bring Haniger up, their number 3 hitter. Haniger getting the start in right field. He's putting up some real good numbers against the Orioles, facing Gausman for the first time. 2 for 4. Had an RBI in the ball game last night. And he's now hitting .316 lifetime against the Orioles for Mitch Haniger, who's got some power. Pretty good lead at first base. Segura. Team will run. There he goes. Throw down. Joseph off the mark. May have gotten him. Did on the backside. Nice play on the tag by Jonathan Scope, coming down on the runner.
Yeah, beautiful play here by Scope. Great jump by Segura. Caleb Joseph just getting rid of it. He knows it's a good jump, but Jonathan Scope stepping up in front of second base. You see that left foot leading the way, and then Jonathan catching the ball and actually catching it right over Segura. What a play by Jonathan Scope. I'll tell you what, this has got to be the best tagging infield we have seen. Bobby Dickerson has them coached up, both Machado and Jonathan Scope. A couple of best taggers in the game and definitely helping out their catchers.
Great job. 26% caught by Caleb Joseph on the year. And a check swing foul ball. Segura caught for the 6th time. He has 14 stolen bases. Big smile on Jonathan's face talking with Manny as he laid that tag on. So 2 down, takes that base runner away. And a 1-ball 2-strike count on Haniger with Seager waiting on deck. They'll now change the infield and move Jonathan back on the second base side. And the pitch will be taken down low 2-2.
Now that play Jonathan Scope just made, there's really an art to it. Now you see a lot of times infielders will, if the throw goes up the line, they just, their timing is off. They end up taking the throw behind the base, getting caught up with the runner. Jonathan Scope perfectly executed there.
2-ball 2-strike count. Haniger drives one to right field. Hit that one pretty good. It'll hit right off the base of the fence. He is on his way to second base, and he will go in with the opposite field double. Their 2nd hit of the inning.
Boy, pretty good swing right there. Well, not trying to do too much, taking what's given. I'll tell you what, when you get 2 outs on the board as a hitter, you're looking to drive the ball. You want to somehow get yourself on second base. This ball is hammered and actually
beating Valencia deep. Short hopping that wall and walking into second base.
So he's got the double. Anagaran with his 14th. He's second in RBIs in the league. Now he's taking the role of the table setter for Seager. Seager 3 for 11 with a home run lifetime off Kevin Gausman. Seattle went 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position last night. Check swing and did not go around on it. Gary Cederstrom down, the crew chief at third base. So Seattle's got a chance to get on the board early in the ball game. They scored a couple in the second inning to get the early lead last night. Kevin Gausman, as Oriole fans know, has had his problems going through the first inning. He has allowed 9 runs, not his worst inning. 14 runs allowed in 15 runs allowed in the third has been the big inning. That pitch is going to be taken for a ball. Now falls behind the hitter 2-0.
Danger here. There's some dangerous hitters obviously in this Seattle lineup, and they use the whole field. We've seen that. We saw it in last night's ball game.
Seager's got good power. Shift is on against him. Seager will go foul. Takes that one off the end of the bat the other way. 2 ball 1 strike count on Kyle Seager. Seager getting the start tonight as they moved everybody around here. He's at third base. He's had 4 lifetime home runs against the Orioles. He's hit 3 of them here in this ballpark. Runner off second. Good lead. 2-1 delivery. Pops it up. Third base side. Tim Beckham. Foul territory. Timmy will put it away, and Gausman works his way out of it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Take a look at the Orioles lineup when we come back. Is that if that's her brother, he did not paint her face. It would not look that good. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Southwest low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Mancini, Jones, and Machado. Valencia, Trumbo, and Scope. Davis, the only left-handed hitter in the lineup. Beckham, and then Caleb Joseph. 9-game hit streak for Mark Trumbo, and a big average and RBIs to go with it.
And let's take a look at James Paxton, really the anchor of this rotation. He's got all 4 pitches, good 4-seam fastball, knuckle curve, cutter, kind of a slider hybrid, and the changeup. 4-seam fastball is very good, heavy velocity, but that cutter is the trick, especially against righties. You're going to see him ride it in on the hands. Look for some broken bats. The Orioles have got to be patient because command can be a problem at times with Paxton.
And he starts one up high right here to Trey Mancini.
You can see his numbers on the year. 6 wins, a very good earned run average at .372, 124 punch outs. Yeah, he can rush that heater up there to 99 miles an hour. Well, it's a big fastball with some life. Opponent's hitting just .219, and there to the splits. 186 for the right-handed batters, 352 for the lefties.
2-0 delivery on the way, and the Orioles have only 1 lefty in the lineup. So Bucks going by the book, not by those numbers in this ball game. Trey Mancini, the 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Getting his chance against Paxton, puts it up in the air down the line. That will be foul. Paxton is trying to come off a couple of tough starts. He's allowed 10 earned runs in the last 2 starts, and they covered just 7 1/3 innings. He had been red hot before that, giving up very little, and got him on the outside corner, and Trey knew it, but he just could not pull the trigger.
Well, you get protective, of course, running that cutter slider in on the hands. So he wanted it in there, but it ended up being a little backdoor pitch. Take a look, cutting on that outside corner and locking Mancini up for strike 3. Catching on the bulk of that outer third.
Here is Adam Jones. Adam had an 0 for ball game last night with the 0 for 4. Adam has faced Paxton with 5 at bats and has gone 1 for 5 against him. Having a great month of June, 313 this month.
And how about this? Best in the O's versus lefties this season. Orioles runs per game at 4.30, so that's pretty impressive. Adam Jones leading the way with 307. Manny driving in the runs. And how about Gentry? Runners in scoring position. Pretty impressive right there. But Adam Jones has just been very consistent all season long. Lefties and righties, home road, all pretty good numbers for Adam Jones.
Paxton with a 1-ball 1-strike delivery on the way, and Adam will take it to right field. And again is there. We'll put it away. Jones is retired, and there are 2 down.
And let's take a look at the Mariners defense behind Paxton. Gamble, Heredia, and Haniger home in the outfield here. Segura and Gordon turning 2 up the middle. Seager and Healy on the corners, and Zunino doing the catching for the M's.
Seattle's 4th in the league in defensive fielding percentage. They have given up 15 unearned runs. You compare that with the Orioles, 25 unearned runs, 10 more have been surrendered by the Orioles this year, who are in the middle of the pack in the American League in fielding. Manny's good numbers off Paxton, 4 for 5. He'll take the pitch for a strike. Manny will try and keep those numbers going, and had a 2 for 3 and a walk with a run scored in the ball game last night. Machado, the 0-1. Paxton works it up with a fastball, 97.
Man, that is some easy cheese as well. So the nice quiet delivery. Big kid, 6'4", about 250 or so. At the easy arm, and boy, does it come out nice.
That one he broke down and in, had a hit on top of it, and fouls it off. And a 1-ball 2-strike count from Paxton. 36 and 22 for Paxton in his career. Went 12 and 5 last season. 1 and 2, trying to have a clean inning here to start the ball game up. And that'll be a foul back, and one of those swings where Manny goes down on one knee, this time on his whole side.
Boy, oh boy, lost the toe hold, also lost the glove hold. So loses that hand grip, everything, and then he just, it's like a hockey player taking a check against the boards. Your whole body just relax so you don't get hurt. Man, he goes down easy.
Take a while to regroup on that one. Paxton out of BC, British Columbia. One of the Canadian pitchers who's been developed in that BC area. They seem to have a knack, not a lot of them, but when players come out of there, they seem to be pitchers. 1-ball 2-strike count. And Manny will fight off another one for a souvenir back into the seats.
You talked a little bit about Paxton having some struggles here recently, and really his last 4 starts there have been some inconsistencies, but of course he had to come through the American League East, and I think the Mariners kind of faltering a little bit coming over here to the East Coast, and Paxton had to face the Red Sox and the Yankees, and they beat him up a little bit. They make mistakes on the plate. Those are a couple powerhouse offenses.
Ooh, got him again on that pitch down and in, and boy, you can see why the right-handers have so many problems with Paxton. That's it. Look how this ball cuts down. I mean, that's a great pitch against right-handers. Sets the side down in order with 2 Ks. noon game Thursday. Special ticket package available for purchase for fans 60 and over, including a low-level or club-level ticket in the shade and an Orioles travel umbrella. Ticket packages limited. Umbrellas available only through this special offer. Go to Orioles.com/seniors and get your ticket package today, Mike. No score in this one.
Wait a second. I got that. I'm not a senior yet.
Wish I could say that. Back to work goes Kevin Gausman. Here's Denard Span. Span will take the pitch for a strike. Span has gone 6 for 13 lifetime against Gausman. He's got the best numbers of anyone in the lineup lifetime against Kevin. Since coming over, what a job he's doing for Seattle. He's hitting .301 in 22 games he's played with Seattle. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 4 doubles. Overall, .259 on the year, but .301 with Seattle.
Yeah, pretty impressive. And of course, you get that veteran leadership. Bringing him over here a little bit early. I think the Mariners understanding where they are and to make some moves, and I think that's a pretty impressive trade.
Yeah.
Column A and then Span.
Absolutely.
Couple big pieces.
Scott Service on the left there, the skipper. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. Saw an article, and I can't remember which one it was today, but somebody talking about trades, and I thought a very good point. Smart of this Seattle team to make the deal early and get it done, and other teams who are doing that early, because it looks like there are going to be some real close races in divisions, including the American League East. You might want to win some games right now rather than waiting until
they
last
all matter,
month.
right?
Yeah,
for sure.
So you get some help right now that you know you're going to need. Put away a couple of wins you might not otherwise get. It may be the difference. Span goes down swinging. Strikeout for Gausman.
A good fastball there. What a dart. Couple fastballs up and away, and then he targets down and away. 94. Gets a little running action as well. That's a beautiful heater. Kevin Gausman, I would love to see him start busting these lefties inside, though. At least claim that inner third, even if he just misses, because next time through, he's got to make sure he can stick a few fastballs in there.
It'll bring Ryan Healy up to the plate. One down, nobody on. Pitch will be taken away. 0 for 4 with a walk for Healy in the ball game last night. Good numbers. The home run and RBI department has done a good job for them. He's hit safely 11 of the last 14. He's had one of their hot bats. Ground ball not hit that hard. Beckham will scoop. High throw. Davis comes down on the bag in time, just in time to get the out.
Oh, good play over there by Davis. Almost a little yoinks it away by Beckham. And getting underneath this baseball. You see him ranging fine. And then when he sets that back foot, a little elbow drop. Causes that ball to sail a little bit, but Davis wisely coming down on the base. A little touch as well. Nice play on that back end.
So a couple of quick outs for Kevin. Here's Ben Gamel. Did not play in the ball game last night. Gamel has an 0 for 3 lifetime off Gausman. Gamel was one of 4 regulars out of the lineup at the beginning of the year for this Seattle team, and talking with a couple of their people, they felt that when Robinson Cano went out, the fact they had 4 starters out at the beginning of the year helped them to adjust to the loss of Cano. It was kind of like, well, you know, we played with 4 starters for almost the first month of the year who weren't here. So Cano's gone, so we'll fill in again.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I think Scott Service really, last couple seasons, has really got this team playing the right way. They don't count on one guy. It's more of a team effort.
That's a broken back ground ball, and Scope's there to get it. 10-pitch inning. Good job done, and a 1-2-3 for Gausman. We'll come back with Valencia, Trumbo, and Scope. Williamsport. 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs went up to $50,000 or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run. Edward, good luck. Pretty summer sky here at the ballpark, being enjoyed by fans of all ages. She's just, yeah, hi. It is great to have you with us. I like the shirt. Very nice. Yep. And you dance well, too. Here's Danny Valencia. Valencia getting the start in right field. First start for the Orioles in right field. It is the 43rd start in his career in right field. As Buck Showalter tries to keep his bat in the lineup, particularly against the lefties, but even overall the way Danny has played.
Boy, he's taking advantage of his opportunity. Obviously, a few more games over there at third base. With Beckham going on the DL, and his bat just kind of has kept him in the lineup.
Paxton working outside on him. Can't find the strike zone. Danny's hitting .283 in the month of June. So Buck wants that bat in the lineup. With Beckham coming back, you're trying to make room for all of these players to get time. 3-0 pitch by Paxton will be popped up and out of play. Paxton's got a great walk strikeout ratio, 126 strikeouts to 29 walks. He is 5th in the league in strikeouts coming into the game.
Yeah, he could get some chases. We've already seen a few with that hard slider down and into the righties.
And he fights it off. He's had good numbers against Paxton, 4 for 8 in his career. Trumbo gets the DH role in the ball game tonight, with Trey Mancini continuing to play in left field. And the 3-2 delivery, got a hold of that one to left field. Line shot way back, and goodbye, home run. A line drive homer by Danny Valencia, and the Orioles are on the board with a 1-0 lead.
Man, oh man, that's got to be one of Valencia's best swings of the year. Don't really see him staying as short as he did on that inside fastball. 7th home run and an A swing from Danny Valencia. Wow, came off hot, 109 miles an hour. Only went 379, but it was about 8 feet off the ground. That was a bullet.
That was just a question of whether it would be high enough to clear the wall for Edward Miller, our Maryland Lottery contestant. $500 on the Danny Valencia home run. 13th surrendered by Paxton on the year. And a swing and a miss by Trumbo.
Well, let's take a look at this home run. There's that 3/4 arm slot. Here comes the cheese, trying to sneak that 4-seamer on that inside corner. And wow, does Valencia just drop the bat head to it. Jumps off that big barrel, and boom, Orioles taking the lead.
That'll be a base hit into left field. So Trumbo continues. Wow. He's got a 10-game hit streak going now, and he is on with a couple of back-to-back hits here to start the inning.
Yeah, Trumbo really starting to pick it up, and to square up more baseballs. Of course, that road trip was tremendous for Trumbo, and bringing it right home as well.
So the Orioles get to Paxton here in the 2nd inning to get the lead. They did not have the lead in the ball game last night. Here is Jonathan Scope. Jonathan got the home run for the Orioles last night, 1 for 4 in the ball game, and an 0-1 count. He's scorching the ball pretty well here in the first 2 batters in the 2nd inning. That'll be a number. It's got spin all over it. They'll get 1, and that will be it. Gordon had to wait for that to get into the glove, and Segura covers it second.
How about Paxton? Hard hit rate. Well, this year he has been getting rocked a little bit. 42.5. That's the highest he's had in his career. But take a look by month. Typical Paxton stuff, 38, 39. And then here in the month of June, 52.4. Yeah, he's been getting busted. Guys starting to square it up a little bit. And how about the inning the O's having? Valencia, 109 miles an hour off the bat for that home run. Trumbo, 107 miles an hour. Boy, just get the barrel to it, and it's jumping off that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
1 down with a runner on at first base. Chris Davis will take the pitch for a strike. Faced Paxton only a couple of times, 1 for 2. Went 0 for 3 in the ball game last night, trying to pick up his RBI count. He's had 5 in the last 4 games, coming alive in Atlanta, but then the strikeouts have come again. So he ended up with 3 of them in the ball game last night, along with being hit by a pitch. Orioles with a runner at first base and 1 down. And a check swing he went around on. Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, with a call on that one, and Paxton has 3 strikeouts.
Well, obviously, he could spin it pretty good, but that fastball's got some serious life. You got to be able to lay off it, especially up at the top of the zone, 97 miles an hour, right at the upper third. Real tough to get on top of that pitch.
That'll bring Tim Beckham to the plate for the Orioles. Beckham getting back into the lineup last night. Had not played since April 23. Ended up with an 0 for 4 in the ball game. He'll take that one to right field. Hit it pretty good. Going back on the warning track. Looking off the bottom. Can they score the run on this? Coming around. Jonathan Scope. Relay throw to the plate. And he is safe. Ball was there, but he got around him. Throw goes to third, and they don't get it out there either. While the catcher Zunino was arguing with Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, the play went on. Zunino headed over to the dugout saying, I want that looked at. But he forgot there was another runner on the base paths.
Boy, nice heads up base running by Tim Beckham. A nice swing as well. Beckham having some struggles just off the DL. Nice for him to drive this ball off the right field wall. That is his target area for sure. Aggressive send here by Bobby Dickerson. And how about that slide by Scope? Going well to the outside, then reaching in with that length to touch that back corner of the plate. And there's the backside of the play. Tim Beckham slide in safely. See Zunino with the long reach, but Jonathan Scope, looks like he might have got that hand in there safely.
Not sure he ever touched him. Then the throw down to third base. Beckham says, well, you talk, I run. And he ends up getting there. So right now he's got a double and an RBI, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. There's a play where under the old rules that catcher would have been right in front of the plate blocking it completely, and Scope would not have been able to do what he just did.
Yeah, exactly.
But now the catcher's got to give him a lane until the catcher has the ball.
Yeah. Well, you see him walking out in front, give him the lane, and stays out there. A lot of times the catcher will drop that back foot right when they catch the ball, but he just kind of slid back.
Wow!
Oh my!
They called him out.
Wow.
Now, is the out at third base or the out at the plate? Which was the appeal?
Wow.
I'm not sure. We never got a word on it. We'll find out here. I guess the score is 2-0. Not if the out was at the plate, though. Plate. So it is a 1-0 game. The call was reversed, saying the tag was made before he touched the plate. If it was, it had to be right there on the bill of the helmet. Now it's supposed to be on review that it's clear that the call on the field was wrong.
Yeah.
Boy, that was
very clear.
I didn't think so, but so Scope is thrown out 9-4-2 on the play at the plate. Gordon made the relay throw from Hannigan, the right fielder. So it's a 1-0 game. Ball up in the air to right center field. Jones coming on. He'll put it away. And Zunino is retired. One away here in the third inning. So the Orioles have not a 2-0 lead, but a 1-0 lead.
A tough break right there. Jonathan Scope with that tremendous slide. Beckham with a beautiful swing, driving it off that right field wall.
So for all that, Timmy doesn't even get an RBI. The home run by Danny Valencia, the only run in the inning. And the pitch from Gosman will be taken for a strike. As we said, Heredia was not going to be in the lineup. Guillermo inserted when Cruz came up with a lower back problem during batting practice. 0-1 delivery. So the Orioles do not have to face the player of the week and the former Oriole Nelson Cruz in this game. Heredia's got a 1 for 3. Lifetime off of Kevin Gosman. So an interesting beginning to this game. 1-1 pitch on the way. Reach for it. He's going to get a base hit. He'll make a big turn. You got to get it in. This is a hustling Mariners team. They'll challenge you at every opportunity. 1 down, 1 on. The Orioles are going to host the Angels this weekend here at the ballpark, and on Friday you can enjoy the fireworks and music at America's Ballpark featuring singer-songwriter Gracie Schramm. After the game, she will perform a collection of songs from the field, followed by the spectacular fireworks display presented by Maryland Credit Unions. All fans, get out and enjoy it Friday. Get your tickets at Orioles.com.
Is it too late now for Feliz Navidad?
Feliz Navidad. No, that was last night.
Right. Yeah.
Christmas halfway.
So we won't hear that.
No, you will be spared that. In the air to right field, Danny Valencia will have it lined up. Runner's going to go halfway. Now we'll tag. Danny will get the throw in a hurry. And the leadoff man, D. Gordon, is retired. 2 down.
A good pitch right there.
Coming up swinging, aren't they?
Yeah, like that.
Well, that'll bring Segura up. 2-5 road trip so far for Seattle. Long trip on the East. 11 days, 10 games. They lost all 3 against the Yankees. Went 1-2 against Boston. Won the opener here in the 4-game set against the Orioles. Runner on first base. Pitch taken for a strike of the knees. Eric Cooper, home plate umpire, veteran ump. And the calls, if there's an advantage, will go to the pitcher. Not an overly distinct one, but it has been there throughout his career. 0-1, 2 away. In the dirt. Saw an article today I was reading suggesting there be a uniform strike zone that would not be adjusted to a batter's size or stance.
So Aaron Judge's strike zone would be the same as Segura's strike zone?
Yes.
That's tough.
Altuve?
That's tough.
That's tough. Don't think that's going to happen.
No.
But it was an interesting concept, trying to find something that would be absolutely consistent. But in this world, there are no absolutes. Base hit into center field. Turn will be made. Jones will hustle it in and keep the runner at second base. So Segura's on. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game, and there are runners on at first and second base now, 2 away.
Slapping the ball all over the place. Another short swing right there by Segura. And finding a hole up the middle. Almost looks like he's hitting it where he wants. Sees a hole out in the field and hits the ball there.
Boy, he's good. A real tough hitter to get out of there. So Seattle again gets it where they want it. They get their table setters on, 9 and 2 in the order, and they get the number 3 hitter, Henniger, up. He doubled his first time up. 2 down. He's going for 3 on that one.
Hanging split finger right there. Kevin Gosman's been nice to see that he can actually throw that splitty for strikes when he wants, steal some early strikes. But man, oh man, a floating pitch up there to hitter like Henniger is danger, danger.
Henniger 291 with runners in scoring position this year. 0-1 delivery to him. That'll be outside. Kevin, opponents have hit 282 in these situations. Be a little bit above the about 20 points above the average. 1 ball, 1 strike. So key moment. This is what happened last night. What Seattle does to you, they keep coming at you. Not explosive runs, but runs that keep piling up because they get so many base runners on. And a 1-ball 2-strike count. Haniger asking Eric Cooper about where that one was. For Edgar Martinez, we mentioned last night, got a lot of guys hitting the way he did. Take the ball the other way.
Yeah.
Hit off the front foot, shorten it up on 2 strikes. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. Good pitch down and in.
Yeah, another good splitty right there. He's thrown him three split fingers, and some good movement on that one, dropping down and in. Nice late movement.
Haniger battles it off, trying to get the all-important third out without allowing that potential tying run to score from second. Already a good speed at second. Segura the same at first base. And that'll be fouled back upstairs. Another souvenir.
Kevin Gausman actually trying to get that fastball up and in. Caleb Joseph setting the glove up a little bit higher, but 95-mile-an-hour fastball stayed on too much of the plate. Take a look where that 5th fastball ended up. Just about middle. And that sometimes is where Kevin Gausman has the problem, you know, trying to execute a pitch on the corners, whether it be into a lefty.
Pops that one up, shallow center. Jones coming. He'll get there, and we'll put it away. So that'll do it. No runs and a couple of hits, no errors. 2 left on base. Orioles up 1-0. The series. Take a look at on the slab page for Tampa Bay. The opener, that's what they're calling those relievers who start. Relievers turn to starters, and a consistent bullpen. A lot of good days. They now have an MLB best 2.95 ERA since May 19, and they added to it today. From the Boston Globe about the Red Sox, improve the bullpen. Dombrowski, their GM, good at these deals. So whether it's Zach Britton or Joakim Soria or Kyle Barclough from the Marlins, Sox are sure to make a move, because the bullpen is one of the areas they want to shore up, and Zach is certainly within their perimeters of looking.
Yeah, they need a lefty out there, especially a dominant lefty like Britton.
Caleb Joseph will foul that one back. Said that Tampa Bay added to those numbers for pitchers. They shut out Washington today, 1-0. Evaldi got the win in that game. Went 6 innings, had 9 strikeouts, beating Scherzer. They got a run in the first inning, and that was it. Scherzer went 7. 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. It was a ground ball out in the first inning.
Wow, Scherzer's had some tough luck here lately, hasn't he? They've given up like 2 runs, 1 run, no decisions and losses. Wow.
What a way to lose a game. And high heat, and that'll take him out of there for the strikeout. Caleb gone.
There's that high fastball, so tough to lay off of, and it's that extra life that he has riding up through the zone. 96 miles an hour, shooting up and away.
And that will bring Trey Mancini up. Trey, a strikeout victim, his first time. Paxton works in a hurry. Breaking ball he starts him out with on the inside corner. He does not like to wait around. You'll see the Orioles step out on him from time to time just to slow him down. 0-1 delivery, foul back upstairs.
Man, pretty effective for sure. Live fastball playing the breaking ball. I think hitters, they're trying to sit on that big fastball, but he mixes up enough breaking balls to keep them honest for sure.
0-2 delivery. Back into the screen. Told you about those numbers, righties, lefties, and how distinctly they reverse. The left-handers hitting 352 off him. That is not an aberration of this year. I looked to see what his career number was. That ball in the air, it's going to stay right to the left fielder. Gamble is there to put it away, and Mancini's retired. Hey, listen up, Birdland. Dunkin' Donuts has the perfect way to celebrate O's game day. Dunkin' Donuts Perks members receive medium hot or iced coffee for 99 cents. Orioles home game days June through August. Your local Dunkin' Donuts is only a short stop away. You're in the ballpark, young lady. You dress up when you eat ice cream. That's a good thing. That's worthy of celebrating, and she is. Like the eyes. Must have been face painting going on here at the ballpark today somewhere.
Maybe.
It's the second young lady we've seen. 2 down. I was mentioning on Paxton, career average left-handers is 287, so they've always hit him well.
Yeah, well, you see by the way he's pitching, not a lot of stuff pushing away from the right-handers. Everything boring hard in, so a little bit easier for a lefty to stay on a pitch on that outside corner. Yeah, use the whole field a little bit, but righty's just really protective about that inner third.
Adam flied out first time out. 2-0 delivery in the air, right field. Haniger is over and makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning, second clean inning that Paxton has had. Jonathan Scope, the home run. Orioles lead it.
Photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Great to have you with us here at the ballpark in game 2 of this 4-game set. Another game tomorrow night. Alex Cobb 2-9, Wade LeBlanc 3-0. 6:30 O's extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. Right here on Masson as the Orioles in Seattle go at it. Seattle gained a game last night with their 5-3 win. Houston lost their ball game, and Toronto's playing at Houston again tonight. Toronto winning last night. Here's Seager, and he will take the pitch away for a ball. Seager popped out his first time up. 30-year-old veteran. Seager, who played college ball, both Fairleigh Dickinson and North Carolina, University of North Carolina. 1-0 delivery. Trying to cut that inside corner, will miss with it. 2-0.
Good try though. Kevin Gausman's got to get that pitch in there to lefties here in the middle part of the ball game, because if not, they just file that away. He's not coming in. They'll start hunting that outer third.
Taking. It's going to be there for a strike. Seattle has done it on the razor's edge this year with their 48-31 record. A lot of 1-run wins, 23-11. A lot of 2-run wins. 2-1 hit in the air, right field, pretty good. Valencia going back. Valencia wall, and goodbye home run. This game is tied. Seager delivers the long ball, his second career home run against Kevin Gausman, and the game is tied at 1 apiece.
Boy, he went out and got that one. Yeah, 96 miles an hour off the bat, but came off the bat the right way and got the backspin. Up and over Valencia's head. 14th home run. Take a look right here. Kevin Gausman setting up, down and away. That's a split finger. And he had elevated one earlier in the ball game. Didn't want to get there with the 2 strikes.
13th home run surrendered. Seager gets it. And a little good luck rub on the bald head. And a swinging strike on the foul tip to Denard Span, a strikeout victim.
Segura doesn't need that luck. He's got over 100 hits already.
Really?
Need to be rubbing on the lucky head.
So the home run by Seager ties it up. And the pitch will be taken up high and away. Hit number 5 for Seattle in the ballgame. Denard Span, the DH in this one. 6 for 14 now, lifetime off Kevin Gausman. 1-1. Shows bunt, drops it, foul. He had Beckham back at third. Now Span has played more games against the Orioles this year than the other Mariners because he played against the Orioles with Tampa Bay. 6 games with Tampa Bay, and this is the second he has played against the Orioles in a Seattle uniform. On the year, he is, with a strikeout tonight, 8 for 27 against the Orioles this season. And, Span, a 1-2 count. Just able to punch that foul a little late on a 95 pitch.
Yeah, well, Kevin Gausman doing a pretty good job keeping most of his pitches down around the thighs and knees. I would still like to see Kevin Gausman let the lefties go in, but actually work the upper part of the strike zone a little bit. Just see if they chase some balls up and out of the zone up at the top. And very rarely does Gausman work on that upper third.
1-2, the shift on in the infield, grounded into that shift. That's Manny. Machado's throw to Davis. 1 down. Well, the Birds going to host the Angels this weekend here at Oriole Park, and on Saturday, first 35,000 fans 15 and over will get the Birdland Hawaiian shirt. For tickets, visit Orioles.com. Many have marked that on their calendar, looking ahead to Saturday.
If you have one, can you get another?
Absolutely. Oh yes.
Nice.
You need a closet full because you should be wearing one every day.
Right.
Here is Healy. Ryan Healy grounded out his first time up and will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Healy questioning that a little bit as he stands out on Kevin. Gausman hasn't walked anybody. He has struck out 1. Run on 5 hits for Seattle. Run on 3 hits for the Orioles. In the air again. This one's in the yard. Valencia. And the Oriole right fielder puts away the second out.
Getting enough movement on that fastball to take it off the label. Nice job. A couple quick outs for Kevin Gausman.
And that'll bring Ben Gamel to the plate. Now in a 1-1 game. Gamel has picked his offense up since the end of May, hitting .301 and hitting .361 rather since the end of May. .361. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. Got a real good streak going at the plate. Like a number of teams in the majors, Scott Service, skipper of Seattle, gets players in and out on a regular basis. 0-1. His bench doesn't sit very much. They'll play every third game or so. It's almost hard to define the bench. Buck Showalter's had so short a bench all year long, he really hasn't been able to do anything other than righty-lefty switches.
We were talking last night that the lineup that the Orioles featured, that's the lineup they were hoping to have opening day, and just too many big injuries. Rasmus just coming back with the hip problem. Valencia now sliding out to right field with Beckham coming back.
Gosman's going to miss up high, and the count will go to 3-1. 2 down. Seager with a leadoff homer in the inning, and Gamble ahead on the count here. The breeze blowing out towards center for the ball game tonight. 3-1. We fouled off down the left side. Though Gosman comes back on him and gets a 3-ball 2-strike count. Starts number 16 for Kevin. The Orioles have gone 4-11 in his first 15 starts this season. 3-2 delivery, and he walks it. There's the first walk surrendered by Gosman. 2 down here in the 4th.
Just came out of his delivery on that one, and lost at arm side, just up and away. You spin off the baseball a little bit, not stay closed with that front side, and you're going to lose your command a little bit. I think Kevin maybe just trying to overthrow that heater.
That will bring Zunino to the plate. I think Zunino doing a lot of the catching. 27-year-old. Flied out center field his first time up. Zunino will take it the other way, foul. Zunino last year with Seattle, 251. He had 25 home runs, 64 RBIs. Big power output for Zunino last year. He's been up and down with Seattle since 2013. He's got in over that time only 1 full year at the major league level. Taken for a strike, and it goes to 0-2.
Well, he's got the good power numbers this season. Just the batting average coming down, but we've seen that with a number of players recently in the game of baseball. A low batting average, but you count the runs created. When you hit home runs, boy, that can really jack up your value.
Zunino in his 54th game. So in 180 at bats, that's big time production. It's about half the number of at bats the regulars already have put up. Gosman 1-2. Gamble on at first base, held by Davis. Nobody over there right side. Oh my gosh, what a jump he had. Ball will go to right field, going back on the warning track. Danny Valencia will put it away for the out. A run in on a hit, a home run, leading it off Seager. That has tied it up at 1 apiece. With Mike Bordick, I'm Gary Thorne. And fans who, the younger version thereof, have had a lot of face painting going on today and got some great stuff going on out there in the seats. Ball game is tied at 1-1. Manny Machado will lead it off. Strikeout victim his first time up. Manny has some great overall numbers, but particularly here at home. Manny has now hit in 28 of 34 games here in his home ballpark. Ground ball will go to second. Not going to get one here, though. D. Gordon will make the flip. A pitch and an out on Machado. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Twilight time as the lights take effect and that high sky. Such a beautiful day. Same here for the ball game tonight. One away. Here's Danny Valencia. Delivered the home run, his 7th, second inning. The Oriole run that's on the board.
Let's take a look at this home run. How about 109 miles an hour off the bat? 17-degree launch angle. That is a line drive going 379. A bullet probably bruised the hand of that fan out there.
That is Danny's 6th home run against Seattle. And remember, Danny played for Seattle last year. In fact, he hit 15 home runs with Seattle in 130 games, hitting .256. And he played some right field in his season with Seattle last year. So these are former teammates he's up against here in this series. Scott Service knows all about him.
Yeah, that home run scared Paxton right out of the strike zone. But, of course, he was 3-0 in that last at bat too.
Yeah.
At the green light and came right back and hit the home run.
Paxton will catch the inside corner with it. Valencia now is 5 for 9 lifetime off the left-hander Paxton. Just more of those numbers against left-handers that Danny has put up in his career. 3-1 delivery to him, and he'll walk him. So the Orioles get a base runner. Paxton surrenders his first walk of the ball game. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Oh, nice AB right there by Danny Valencia. A lot of first pitch hacking here from the Orioles. Just don't want to get to 2 strikes with Paxton, but you really got to make him work. You got to force him to throw extra pitches.
Trumbo's got a 10-game hit streak as Mark picked up the base hit his first time up against the left-hander. 0-1. Valencia being held at first, short lead. Right straight back. Next longest streak that he has met with the base hit he got in this one, the 10-game hit streak. Last time he had that long a streak, got to go back to last year in July. 0-2. Trumbo, that's that pitch that eats up the right-handers.
That's nasty. That is nasty. 91 miles an hour. We have seen some power sliders. Let's take a look here. Paxton's pitch is getting on the side of the baseball. And it's running hard down and in with some serious velocity here. Trumbo thinking he can catch it out in front, but man, oh man, just in front of the plate, that's when it starts to really make that move.
So that'll bring up Jonathan Scope. Trumbo is strikeout victim number 5. Scope, a fielder's choice his first time up, 2 down. And a swing on that same pitch.
You saw that little stat there pop up on Paxton's cutter. My goodness, not a lot of luck trying to hit that pitch. Only a 160 batting average. There you go, 169 batting average with over 50% Ks.
0-1 delivery on the way, fisted. Scope with a home run last night for Jonathan, number 8, and all 8 home runs he's hit have been solo home runs this year. He comes into this ball game with a 10-game hit streak against Seattle. Last 10 games against the Mariners, he's had at least 1 hit. Got the runner picked off. If they can get him at second, throw down, they do. He's out. It'll go as a caught stealing on the 1-3-6 against Valencia, leaving Scope standing wondering why me. to act than today. PNC make today the day.
Yeah, about AAA Norfolk Tides manager Ron Johnson, 39-35. Pretty impressive record right there in 2 games back in the International League South. So, you know, they're competing for the title again. He won it back in 2015. Of course, he was manager of the year as well. He's been the manager with the Tide since 2012. Very well-respected baseball man. And, of course, Buck Showalter talks to him about every day because it's the revolving door, you know, finding out who's hot, got to set up pitching. We mentioned Ron Johnson earlier today as well, saying he's going to be upset because I'm going to need more pitching.
Yeah. And, in fact, did pull the starter out of there today. So 1-1 ball game. Breaking ball from Gosman will miss inside. Some will wonder, why was Danny Valencia running to second base in the play that ended that last inning? 2-0 count. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes the first strike.
Well, I got to believe, I know Buck Showalter at times wants to put a little surprise attack on, you know, but I think, you know, Jonathan Schoop hit a home run in last night's ball game. I think the Oriole way, especially under Buck, is to play for that 2-3 run home run, right?
Yep. There's Beckham. Ooh, hit him on the foot, foul ball. He's out. I'm not sure if this is foul or not. I don't think the home plate umpire ever called this foul. He let the play go on.
Yeah.
Throw was made, and the first base umpire said out.
Yep. Boy, I don't know. It didn't look like it hit it. Can they review that? Foul ball? It actually did look like it might have cut the front of that toe.
Caught him on the toe. Well, they're going to challenge it. They're going to conference it. You can always ask the umpires to conference. There's nothing to do with the replay rules.
You see come down there. Looks like it might have just grazed that toe. And as a hitter, I think a lot of times you just judge by reaction, and you know, he flinched right away.
Certainly did, but to no avail. He's out.
There you go. All right. Orioles will take that.
So that's about as easier out as you're going to ever get.
Scott Service, he was a little upset last night's ball game.
Yeah.
Buck took over the reins in that one, but he looked a little frustrated over there again.
And the pitch will be taken outside, top of the order. Here's D. Gordon. Heredia retired. He had a base hit his first time up. Taken out on a little roller out in front. 0 for 2 for Gordon. And a good heater that came in, and he did go around on it. Stu Sherwater at third base. It's the arm up on the strike.
Oh, here we go. We'll get some words coming from the Mariners dugout.
Yep. Home plate umpire saying relax. And Scott Service going, okay. So a couple of calls they've not basically agreed with.
Nope.
On the out and on the check swing. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gosman with 1 away, nobody on, game tied. Slashes that one off to the left side and out of play.
Well, trying to stick a couple fastballs in there. Nice job pushing that pitch prior to this last one in there, just off that inside corner. That fastball leaked back over the plate. That was the danger fastball for Gosman.
And the 1-2 had to pull his hands in. Schoop will hustle it over, and nice play by Chris Davis. Davis had the helmet come off of Gordon right in front of him when he was catching the baseball.
Yeah, a little distraction right there. Nice play by Jonathan Schoop. Broken bat number out there, and Schoop with the quick release. And there's some speed coming, and here comes the helmet as well. Great fastball from Gosman. Tried to stick it in there 3 times. That was the best one. Beautiful pitch, a little jam shot. And Schoop there to clean it up.
So a couple of good outs from the infield on the first 2 here in the 5th inning. Here is Segura. Segura's already had 2 hits. He's picked up 2 singles in the ball game for Juan Segura. He's having just a magnificent year for this team. He's 3rd in average coming into today's play in the league. pulls the bat back on it. Segura up there in a lot of offensive categories. He can run. He's second in hits, only to Altuve. Altuve's got 109. Segura's got 101 now. 2-0 count. That one in the air, left center field. Adam Jones on his horse going back in the alley and makes the catch. Segura retired on a hard hit fly ball. And a 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Gausman. He got a lot of help from his D in this inning.
Getting things going defensively. Beautiful play for the first out of the ball game. And then his partner Jonathan Schoop picking up Caleb, ball leaking up the line a little bit, and what a tag for the first 2 outs of the game. Then Beckham fresh off the DL, driving one to the wall, but Haniger getting it back into the infield. Take a look at this. It gets into the hands of D. Gordon. .97 exchange rate, gets it into home, and boom. Called safe, but after further review, Schoop gunned down. It's a 1-1 ball game right now. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Nice play made by Gordon as he backtracks into the outfield to haul that one in. He can cover a lot of ground, and Jonathan Schoop is retired on 1 pitch here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Gordon actually plays center field. And Cano goes bye-bye, and he slides in and starts playing second base.
That's quite a switch.
Yeah.
That's 2 distinct ways of playing the game.
Pretty athletic.
Sets of skills. And Chris Davis will foul it off. Davis, a strikeout victim his first time up. Paxton rolling along here. A walk and 5 strikeouts have been recorded as James Paxton going after win number 7. He is 6-2 on the year. Kevin Gausman just 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Both of them matching pitch for pitch in this ball game. Seager got the home run in the 4th inning to tie it up after Danny Valencia had picked up the home run in the 2nd inning to give the Orioles the 1-0 lead. 0-2 the count. And came in and gets him. And Chris Davis has struck out twice in this game.
Went right back up to the top again. This 97-mile-an-hour fastball, it's got some run up and in. Boy, so tough to get to that pitch. And it ends up getting all over Davis.
For Paxton this year, the career high in strikeouts is 16. Career high set against Oakland this season. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Of course, Paxton also has pitched a no-hitter this year. That was at Toronto on May 8th. Picked up the no-hitter, 6th no-hitter in Mariners history. 0-1 delivery by Paxton. Fastball will be up and in. He is the 2nd Canadian-born pitcher to throw a no-hitter. Now, Dick Fowler was the other. Pitch for the Philadelphia A's, and guess who he got it against? The St. Louis Browns, 1945. where the Orioles came from. And a strike in the inside corner.
Boy, pitching Beckham tough right now. Starting him off with the slow hook to get into the count. That was a nasty fastball. 97, just painted on the inside corner.
Paxton gets ahead on the count, 1-2. Beckham with a double, had nothing to show for it on that play you saw. Nick was showing you on the play at the plate. Beckham got the double on that, ended up at third base, but on review lost the RBI and lost the chance to be a base runner. 2-2, he'll go after and foul it back. That one a piece of Zunino on the way by. Talked about the Orioles' struggle at home during the open, how tough it has been for them. The Orioles have lost 12 of their last 13 home games. That is almost incomprehensible.
Yeah.
This ballpark built for a team supposedly with the lineup the Orioles have, with all the bangers and crushers they have in it. In the air to right. And again, we'll move over a bit and put it away. Took only 10 pitches and the side is retired in order. We go to the 6th inning of a 1-1 game. Weaver had to use 2 position players in a blowout game. Larry Harlow not so good. 5 runs, 4 walks, wild pitch, single, and a homer. Elrod Hendricks, the catcher, 2 1/3, gave nothing up. And in 1985 in Clearwater, Florida, State League game, there was a disputed call at first base. The Phillies organist at the ballpark, Wilbur Snap, was ejected by the first base umpire because after that call he played on the organ 3 blind mice. He was thrown out of the ballpark. And this is Wilbur. Now, I mean, this is a veteran. This is a man who did this just for fun at the ballpark. How can you throw Wilbur out of a ball game? But it happened, and he became infamous.
Right.
It's one of the great stories in baseball.
Yeah, and I think after that, they ended up playing it all the time at ballparks.
All the time.
As soon as the umpires walked in, they'd play 3 blind mice.
Oh, Wilbur. And a 2-0 count on Haniger. Love that story. That's one you'd like to have been there to see.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I mean, Wilbur looked down like, what? What do I do? 2-0 delivery on the way. Oh, my Lord. Crunch that one, but foul.
Got him out of there. Gosman trying to stick that fastball in there under the hands. Just go ahead, but I'm going to square this one up with a long foul strike.
Gosman 12 out of 21 first pitch strikes in the ball game. Paxton's gone 12 for 17. 2-1 delivery on the way and a breaking ball on the outside corner. Haniger the double in the first inning and then flied out to center field in the third. So you got 3, 4, 5 in the order against Kevin Gosman with Seager and Span waiting on deck. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that one off the mask, fouled straight back.
Good pitch right there. Caleb Joseph starting to get a little animated right now with Kevin Gosman. Maybe losing a little bit of patience as far as command of that fastball. He was a little upset that second strike was all over the plate. Caleb said you got to get it inside and forced him to get that last fastball up and in.
2-2 delivery on the way, and we'll just miss. It's got to be a game where Seattle feels right at home. We talked about their 23-11 record in one-run ball games. They've also gone 13-8, where the decision's been by 2 or fewer runs on the road. 13-8. 3-2 delivery, and Gosman gets him. Nice pitch.
Yeah, beautiful split finger right there. Hey, you show a couple fastballs inside, it's going to speed some hitters up. That front hip's going to get a little bit flinchy. Kevin Gosman and Caleb Joseph going to work right here. Split finger showing itself all over the plate. Looks like a fastball, and you see how far out in front Haniger is. Wow, well off balance, way on that front foot.
So 1 away, and that will bring up Seager. Seager got the home run, his 14th. Leading off the 4th inning, he is also popped out. Shift is on against him. Seager continues to hit his home runs against the Orioles in this ballpark. Third baseman, 5 home runs against the Orioles, and 4 of them here at Camden Yards. And the second career home run he's had off Kevin Gosman. High and up.
Let's take a look at Seager's home run. Kevin Gosman throwing the split finger, but it stays about belt high. He didn't crush it, but definitely got enough of a little backspun home run. 30-degree launch angle. 96 miles an hour off the bat, but if you come down through it the right way, it's going to spin out of any park.
1-1 came in on the fist on him, foul back. I'd like to have driven that one to left field. Breeze favoring the left-handers in this ball game, and continues to be enough to help get a ball out. It's been blowing like that for most of the game. 1 ball, 2 strike count on him. It's taking Danny Valencia way back in right field. Danny in that power alley in deep. Gosman's 1-2 pitch to him. Goes the other way, foul off the end.
Yeah, I like it. Good pitch right there. High fastball. Hasn't done that a lot in this ball game. And I'm sure he could use a couple more of those just to change eye levels a little bit. Good hitter speeding up there, trying to protect. Letting that fastball get by him.
Try the 1-2 again. Home run wise, Seattle's right in the middle of the pack, 8th in the American League in home runs. They don't score a lot of runs. They're 9th in the league in that department, but they are 3rd in hits. They get a lot of people on base. 6th in on base percentage, 6th in slugging. And Gosman again gets them. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Well, that's the split he wanted to throw at first at bat. He took him deep. How about this one? Ooh, that might have been a straight change right there. Turned it over a little bit on the end. Didn't look like he had that Vulcan grip. Pretty good pitch. Take a look at the Nissan pitch casting. This one, the bottom just falling out. Another hitter out on the front foot.
So 2 down, nobody on. Denard Span. Pitchers dominating this ball game. 5 hits for Seattle, 3 for the Orioles. Pitch away for a ball. Span has struck out and grounded out. A couple of hits in the first 2 games of this 4-game set. Outstanding speed. Beckham cut of the grass at 3rd. Pitch will be taken up high for a ball. Span in the DH role. There's your setup for the D in the infield. Got a little open stance, head turned way around, both eyes out on the pitcher. 2-1. Kevin Gosman's retired the side in order in the 2nd and 5th innings of the game. Paxton's retired the side in order in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch on the way. He's really taking. You can tell by this at bat. He's trying to get a walk out of Kevin Gosman if he can. with Healy waiting on deck. 3-1. Now the Orioles put the shift on, the full shift. Manny Machado moves over to the other side of second base. 3-1 delivery on the way. Taken. Strike inside corner.
Good pitch right there. Yeah, it's I mean, great game. I mean, shifts within counts. Hitters change. Of course, 3-1. You think, okay, now he's going to come unglued a little bit, so you pull the defense back around. Every pitch, there's an adjustment to be made.
Full count delivery on the way. Span goes after it, pops it up. Beckham a long run, no play. Span is a .283 career major league hitter. I mean, he's put up some really good numbers. This is the 10th major league season for this 34-year-old who was born in Washington, D.C. and has been around the majors with Minnesota, San Francisco. Now trying to help this ball club win a division. 3-2 took it and he's gone. Good pitch. Strikes the side out here in the 6th inning. And 4 strikeouts in the game. Great job by Kevin Gausman. So we remain in a pitcher's duel as this thing is tied at 1-1. And that is her dad, because at the wedding ceremony they played catch. They surprised everybody. They were in the middle of their father-daughter dance and broke out with a game of catch. Well, she's here today, and that's her dad. And she got to throw out the first pitch of the ball game. She submitted those wedding pictures, and she was selected by the Orioles as one of those to have the opportunity to throw out the first pitch here. So Meredith, congratulations on the marriage, and Dad Steve James, congratulations on a pretty nice wedding ceremony.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Obviously, great baseball fans. Good stuff.
She lives in San Francisco, which is where the wedding was, but she is an Orioles fan. And they had told the DJ while they were dancing to whatever the wedding song was for father-daughter, halfway through it, they broke into Oriole magic.
Nice, very nice. All right.
That's pretty good. 0-2 count, Caleb Joseph, and the pitch will be taken inside. Caleb, a strikeout victim, first time up. See how efficiently Paxton is pitching, and we're in the 6th inning, and Caleb's getting just his 2nd at bat of the game. The 1-2 is going to be a base hit into right field. Caleb going the other way, and the Orioles get the leadoff man on.
There you go. Nice little piece of hitting from Caleb Joseph. Yeah, it's about trying to solve Paxton. So he's been aggressive on that inside corner to the right. He's here trying to rush one in there again, but Caleb staying inside the baseball. Just a little flare shot up and over the second baseman's head, but boy, did he pull the hands in tight right there. That might be the key to getting to Paxton.
It's the first Oriole base hit in the last 9 batters since Beckham had the double in the 2nd inning. Orioles 4 hits. Breaking ball on the outside corner for his strike. Trey Mancini back in the leadoff spot. He has struck out and flied out in the ball game. Spuck Showalter has continued to maneuver the lineup around, trying to find runs. 0-1 delivery, swung on and missed it. 96 from Paxton.
Well placed right there.
You see only 67 pitches thrown by James Paxton in the game. Jones waiting on deck. Over the top, ground ball to the hole. That's going to be a base hit. And Gamble will come in to get it, hold the runner, and the Orioles have the first 2 on with singles in the 6th inning.
All right, they'll take that. Mancini falling behind. Breaking ball right here, and he stays on and pounds it through that 5-6 hole. Segura, who made a beautiful diving play in last night's ball game, can't come up with this one. Just eluding him. 89 miles an hour off the bat, but finding the proper hole.
Well, here's the Orioles' first chance with the runner in scoring position in the ball game tonight. And it will go to Adam Jones. The Orioles went 0 for 5 in these situations last night, losing the opener 5-3. Paxton, hitters are only 200 against him with runners in scoring position. Adam will take a breaking ball for his strike. Interesting, Healy had moved in at first base, and even with the bag with Seager at third, now Healy backs up. He'd come way in on the grass in case Adam Jones was thinking about bunting. He wasn't. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. Center field. That's going to be a base hit. Fall in front of Heredia. Bobby Dickerson will hold the runner. Heredia's strong throw into the cutoff man, and they have loaded the bases. 3 singles here in the 6th.
Some nice ABs right now by the Oriole offense. But unmet that swing right there by Adam Jones. Just staying short on the baseball, fastball, up and out over, and Adam Jones just dropping the bat head to it. Nice clean single up there. A little too hard hit. Bobby Dickerson's got to put the brakes on Caleb Joseph. A nice little rally going right now.
So a 1-1 ball game that the Orioles are threatening to get a lead in. With the bases loaded, nobody out, Mel Stottlemyre Jr., pitching coach for Seattle, goes out to have a word with the battery mates. And Paxton in trouble here in the 6th inning, and Manny Machado is coming to the plate. Manny still 4th in average in the league with runners in scoring position, hitting .373. He's gone 2 for 5 with the bases loaded this year, a grand slam this year, and 8 in his career. Way up. Paxton had that one slip away, 1-0.
Yeah, maybe a little overthrow right there. Of course, Manny Machado, the monster numbers this season. Pitchers try to make the perfect pitch, and you see him come out of their deliveries. Yeah, right there, a little too quick, just spinning up and away.
Joseph, Mancini, and Jones, the base runners. Infield's a double play depth. They'll give up the run on a ground ball to get a double play, unless it should go to third base, and Seager would, if it was hit hard enough, would bring it on home. 2-0 count is Givens in the bullpen. Paxton, the high set. 2-1.
Nice pass by Manny Machado. How about Manny Machado? Most base hits of 100 miles an hour off the bat or more. Martinez leading the way, but Manny Machado 57 this season. We already talked about Paxton's hard hit rate this month. It is skyrocketing up over 50%. So right hitter, right spot for sure.
2-1. Runners on every base. Manny will take it. Paxton wanted a call, didn't get it. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count, and he's got to throw a strike. Danny Valencia, already a home run waiting on deck. Second base, 1. Segura, 2. Run will score. The Orioles get the lead, 2-1, but Seattle gets 2 outs. And moving over to third base, Orioles will keep a runner on.
Paxton making the big pitch right there, 3-1, and it's the ground ball he wants. 4-6-3. Take a look. Routine ground ball. D. Gordon staying down on it. Segura He's taking his time because Manny is kind of jogging out of the box. Ooh, Adam Jones, maybe a little jam piece right there on that backhand sliding in.
Don't know what Manny thought on that. You saw Segura couldn't believe it. He looked over to first base and Manny wasn't even halfway down the line.
Right.
And Adam goes over checking about handling the bat, just seeing if the fingers are all right. So a runner at third base. Orioles up 2-1. No RBI. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Danny Valencia. Home run number 7, second inning. A walk in the 4th. Manny looks all right. I didn't see any problem coming out of the box or anything. But he went very slowly down the line. 1-1. Valencia, nasty pitch down and into him. 1-2.
Quite a breaking ball. And he's flipped some good ones in there. Everything really finishing down around the knees. You got to stay on every pitch Paxton flips up there.
So Paxton with a chance to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation with only 1 run, and that's exactly what he does. Well, he gets strikeout number 7, and for the Orioles, while they do get a lead, they also have a lost chance to make it bigger. The day and by Security Plus Federal Credit Union. Buy with pride with Maryland flag design debit or credit cards exclusively from Security Plus. Well, interesting ball game about pitching and defense so far. There you see the line with the Orioles now on top 2-1.
And Kevin Gausman out of the ball game 6 innings, scattering the 5 hits, 1 run on the board. Yeah, the Seager home run, the solo shot. Gausman pitching very well, but it took him 100 pitches to get through the 6. 63 strikes, 37 balls for Kevin Gausman. And he's going to give way to the Oriole bullpen. Michael Gibbons now in 35th appearance, a 402 earned run average. Gibbons does have the 48 punch-outs, though, in his 40 innings of work. Opponent's hitting 257. Lefties up a notch, 295.
Gibbons worked in game 2 in Atlanta, his last outing. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Brian Healy will lead it off. Healy, Gamble, and Zunino, 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. Gausman will leave with a chance to be the winning pitcher. He's after win number 4 on the year. Ball in the air to right field, over towards the corner. Danny Valencia. 7th inning, 1 away. Fans are invited to paint in the park on July 10 prior to the 7:05 game against the Yankees. Each ticket package includes a 2-hour pregame painting session. It'll be in the bullpen picnic area led by Pino's Palette, plus a ticket to the game. Ticket packages are exclusively available at Orioles.com/paint. Gibbons delivery taken inside. Gamble has grounded out and drawn a walk in the ball game.
Well, we talked in last night's ball game just about the danger of this Mariners team. Really never giving up, fighting to the bitter end, and That's some pretty impressive numbers.
There's one, a base hit into center field, so Gamble gets the potential tying run on here with another one of those slicing base hits.
Oh, there you go. I mean, up in tops, batting average, 7th inning or later, staying inside the baseball. Tough to get on Michael Givens, but a nice sound approach right there.
So 1 down and 1 on. And infield will back up a little bit. Zunino at the plate, not a fast running catcher. Zunino has flied out a couple of times, does have some power though. Throw over, get him back.
Yeah, one of the things I was impressed with looking over the Mariners numbers, and when we're talking about them being successful late in ball games, and you had mentioned they're about middle pack with home runs, but they're tied for first with the Yankees 7th, 8th, and 9th inning with 18 bombs.
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
Talk about getting them when you need them. That's why we've said they've kind of lived on the edge here this season. I mean, they've played really well, but you're winning 1-run ball games. You're winning them late. You're not a home run hitting team, but you're getting home runs late in games to win. If you can keep up that for a whole season,
yeah,
more power to you.
Heck yeah.
0-1 count. Again, the throw over. And again, Gamble is back to the bag. So a concern here. Givens, base stealers have run against him all season long. Throw overs suggested by John Russell, the Orioles bench coach. Long hold. That's another way to keep those runners. Almost threw that one away though. So Gamble has garnered attention. He's had 5 stolen bases, 7 chances. Caleb Joseph looking over to Russell to get the sign on what he'd like to do here. Runner not going. The 0-1. It's on the inside corner for a strike. Against Givens, base stealers have gone 4 for 6.
Michael can't get caught up in that base runner. Yeah, if there's a pickoff play, go ahead, put it on. But once you pick up that target, you got to have total focus on the glove.
That'll be outside. Sweeping slider, ball and 2 strikes at 96 miles an hour. Bottom part of the order, Zunino the catcher. Then Heredia, the number 9 hitter. Here in the 7th with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Runner not going and comes in with heat at 96.
That's nasty right there. Not many left or right-handed hitters going to get to this. Michael Givens slinging it from the side, 96 miles an hour. He's targeting up and in. He's hit there a few times and cannot get there. Zunino just a swing through. Look at that little run action, tying them all up.
5th game lifetime for Givens against Seattle. 1 run, 5 hits, 4 1/3 innings in previous outings. He has no record against the Mariners. So 2 down, pitch strike on the inside corner. Heredia, a base hit, and he is grounded out. 0-1 count with 2 down. Attempted steal earlier in the ball game was not successful by Seattle back in the 1st inning. That was Segura, whom the Orioles took off the base pass. That happens early. Sometimes that'll slow you down a little bit. You think a little longer about running.
All right.
0-1. They pitch at the knees. Gets ahead of him. 0-2 on Heredia.
Yeah, really a major key to controlling a running game, the ability to just change your looks. You know, hold it for a while, be a little quicker to the plate, maybe step off, pick off throw. Just keep the base runner guessing.
Ground ball will go to short. Manny with the force. Scopes there to get it. Steps on the bag. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Orioles up 2-1, 7th inning stretch time. Trumbo, Scope, and Davis are Ram do-ups. Well, the PGA Tour's in town. It's the Quicken Loans National at TPC Potomac. Some of the players on hand here you see celebrating. Watching a ball game as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Paxton remains on. Kelly Craft, Kevin Tway, Jamie Love Marks on hand, and Abe Answer. Yeah. They'll be in good shape for tea time.
All right.
0-1 count on Mark Trumbo. That'll be down to first and foul off the end of the bat. Mark's had a base hit and he has struck out. Paxton has walked 1, struck out 7. But he's behind 2-1. He's 1-0 lifetime against the Orioles. The Trumbo, Scope, and Davis due up. He's managed the pitch count and another one. Mark just walks away in disgust. Cannot hit that pitch.
Tough breaking ball right there. Trumbo just shaking the head. Just so much respect to that fastball and really trying to cover that inner third. Really being protective in there. And of course you got the breaking ball. Just a couple different weapons he's been attacking with. It's tough to get to him.
8 strikeouts for Paxton in the ball game. Jonathan Scope, he has popped out and hit into a fielder's choice. And he'll foul that one back. Jonathan and Adam continue to be among the top 5 in hitters in all of baseball going after the first pitch. They both have done that all year long. Paxton with the 0-1. He'll bury another one of those inside, but that one's too low.
Sometimes the best pitch to hit. I think you, as a hitting coach or manager, you'd like your hitters to be a little bit more patient.
And that will be taken away. So a 2-ball 1-strike count. And Darren O'Day in the bullpen. The Orioles will see Seattle out there in September. They play games out there 3, 4, and 5 in September. Orioles, of course, coming away with a series win 4-2 last year. Here at home, the Orioles have won 122 and lost 80 in games played against the Mariners. A 2-ball 2-strike count on Scope. And Jonathan, the same result, same pitch as Trumbo saw.
Boy, does he power that pitch in there underneath the hands. Just getting on the side and is aggressive breaking in there. Try to get to it, but he throws it so hard, 92 miles an hour.
So Paxton piling up the Ks. That's 9. And Chris Davis has been 2 of them. Davis has been numbers 3 and 6 in the strikeout department for Paxton. Breaking ball in there for a strike starts him out off speed at 82.
Well, he's kind of pitching him backwards, slowing him down, then going right to the top of the strike zone with 96, 97.
0-1 delivery on the way, and then you come back. Look at the differential. 98.
One of his best fastballs of the game right there.
Davis will step out on him. Paxton ahead 0-2. It's one outside. It stays away. 1-ball 2-strike count. Angels are going to be coming this weekend. They're on a East Coast swing, as is Seattle. Boston's walloping them so far tonight, 7-1 in their ball game. Angels will be here over the weekend with Mr. Trout. 1-2 delivery up. Did he go? No.
A good hold right there by Davis. I realizing they're probably going to get right back up there again. Can keep that discipline.
2-ball 2-strike count. Paxton, a foul ball off him that time. But Davis battling, trying to find a way to get on. Not a lot of success against Paxton by the Orioles or anybody else in large part this year, as he's off speed and got him. So that'll be strikeout number 10, and Davis has gone down 3 times. He strikes the side out here in the 7th. 2-1 Orioles. Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. And by Ocean City. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. Right outside the ballpark. 2-1 lead Orioles. Each team with 6 hits. Top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, another good ball game, and Darren O'Day in a high leverage situation. 2.70 earned run average. 27 punch outs for O'Day in his 20 innings of work. He's got to make sure he comes to a complete stop here in this inning when a runner gets off base. Opponent's hitting just 216. The umpire that has called the balk call on O'Day twice in his career. Of course, O'Day only 2 balk calls in his career. So no reason why he was ejected last night.
And he's got the top of the order to face. D. Gordon will take the pitch. It will be in there for a strike. This is a big inning. 8th inning. This is where Seattle's been very tough late in ball games that are close, coming back to pick up wins. Gordon is 0 for 1 off O'Day. Darren ended up last night with no part of an inning pitched. He got tossed out of there.
Yeah, he had a great battle going with Nelson Cruz. Made the best pitches, worked his way through. Finally got him out, but boy, he put the brakes on that one. The balk call was made.
1 ball, 1 strike count. That's going to miss up high. They've held Gordon off. 0 for 3 in this one. 2 for 8 so far in the series. And the Orioles trying to win a tight game of their own here. And there's Nelson Cruz not playing, lower back problems during batting practice. So Cruz out of the lineup, and that's a break for the Orioles. 2-1 delivery by O'Day, and that'll be fouled off. Couldn't put that one in play at 79, and it'll even the count up at 2-2.
Good pitch, great location, a little backdoor slider there.
Darren with a 4-1 mark lifetime against Seattle. This is the 40th game he has pitched against them. Working just about an inning a game. 40 innings, 8 runs, and 25 hits. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lashed. That's the one they were looking for. Base hit down the line. He's going to make a big turn. He'll go for 2. Mancini's throw not in time. So the double picked up by Gordon on a 2-2 and a typical Seattle hit the other way.
Jeez, what a piece of hitting right here. Darren O'Day making even a better pitch than the pitch before with the backdoor slider, but Gordon just staying on it. Great concentration there, slapping it down that third base line. Mancini with a nice play, cutting it off down the line, getting it back in, but Gordon, my goodness, what speed. Just busting it out of the box, really tight around first, picking up his 13th double of the season.
They've only had a couple of chances with a runner in scoring position tonight. 0 for 2. Potential tying run at second. Nobody out, in his Segura. 2 singles. And he has flied out to center. In at third base comes Beckham. So Manny can't get over and hold that runner very close. He does square. He does drop it. Oh, Darren just twisted an ankle or something. O'Day almost fell. That'll be an infield hit, and Darren coming off the mound nearly fell as something happened.
There's the pitch, and boy, maybe when he went to make that step, you know, he's had some hamstring problems too. I don't know if he rolled the ankle or just maybe pushing off. Something grabbed.
Yeah, that's the hammy, isn't it? He reached back behind his leg.
Yeah, I think so. Well, a good bunt, and Darren, a really good fielder in his own right, grabbing back there. Miami acting up again.
But Showalter's been careful in using him over the last month because of this problem, hoping that that the hamstring was gone and that he'd be able to use him regular basis again, because he certainly hadn't been over the last month. Now back-to-back nights. That didn't look good. He's coming out. Boy, what a couple of tough nights. Pitches no part of an inning last night, no part of an inning tonight. Thrown out because of a balk argument last night, and now the hamstring.
Boy, a tough break right there. By
wow.
the Orioles.
So the Orioles
sure.
will go to Tanner Scott. He'll come on as an injury change. Much time as he needs to warm up. Same thing that Zach had last night when O'Day was thrown out of the ball game. And Buck was talking about this. Buck says, you know, these guys ought to be allowed to warm up in the bullpen. Instead, they have to do it on the field. And the home plate umpire standing there watching the entire warm-up.
Yeah, and Buck said, boy, he could feel the pressure. He almost came right back on the field, pushed him away. I mean, you do not need Zach Britton getting hurt out there, and with the pressure, the eyes all over his back right now, you could, you could just feel that pressure on Britton. And I know Buck Showalter was steaming after the O'Day ejection. He was on the top step, ready to come out. Fortunately, Britton got out of there without an injury, but I'm sure Buck Showalter let it be known Tanner Scott better have a comfortable warm-up here.
Stu Shearwater was the umpire there. Now tonight's umpire standing behind the plate watching him warm up.
Yeah, exactly. Now time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Let's take a look at Tanner Scott's numbers on the year. 19th appearance out of the O's bullpen, a 6.52 earned run average. Last night threw the ball very well, though. 27 punch-outs, big arm, high 90s fastball. At times touches 100 miles an hour. Good command with that slider. Opponent sitting 276. Righties up a notch, 333. But boy, is he controlling the lefties. Just 194.
So he comes in a very tough situation. Orioles up 2-1, but runners at the corners. As Seattle has come away with a double and a single. The bunt single by Segura at first, the double by Gordon is on at third base. And here's Mitch Haniger, the number 3 hitter. Haniger has doubled, struck out, flied out. RBI chance. Tanner Scott taking a look at first, and the pitch will come inside. Haniger hitting .291 with runners in scoring position, and .292 against left-handers.
Well, we saw last night he had an opportunity to drive in the run, and he stayed to the big part of the field. He's looking to hit a deep fly ball to Adam Jones or shoot something in the gaps.
1-0 count. Haniger will chop it foul. 1-1. So right away, Tanner Scott with the Orioles getting opportunities in games in tough situations, and having to learn here at the major league level some real tight games. 19th appearance for him. 27 strikeouts picked up. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Infield, of course, hoping for a ground ball. They're playing back. 1-1 delivery on the way, and a big rip 1-2.
A great slider right there. We've been talking about Paxton rushing that cutter in there under the hands. Well, Tanner Scott's got a beauty as well. Nice pitch, stays on the plate until the bitter end where it drops down and in at 91 miles an hour. A heavy breaking ball there.
Scott 1-2. Runners off first and third. Henniger waiting on it. Check swing. Did he go? Nope.
They do not want him to get his arms extended for sure. Steady diet of pitches in there. It's either on the black or well inside. Not that group of pitches.
Henniger, second in RBIs in the American League to J.D. Martinez. 2-2 delivery. Henniger will take it. Good eye on a good pitch. So the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They've got Seager on deck. They've got good speed over there at first base. Will he be running on a 3-2 with nobody out? Good lead. Runner stays. 3-2 is fouled off. So Segura not going at first base. A discussion over there after each of the pitches. The first base coach looking over for the signs, see whether or not they want him to go. Scott Brocious, third base coach. Chris Prieto over at first. 3-2. Tanner Scott's delivery. Runner stays. Henniger fighting him off.
Yeah, boy, is he executing some pitches right now. And not making a mistake. Everything on that inside corner.
So we'll try the 3-2 again. Runner not going and walks him. So he had gotten ahead, but Scott will lose him, and the bases are loaded.
Pretty good battle right there, and just trying to paint one on the outside corner, sneak a big fastball by him, but just losing it a little bit.
3 on, nobody out. The infield's going to stay back at double play depth in the middle. Davis has already moved in at first. Seager, their cleanup batter, a home run, 4th inning. Number 14 on the year. 1 for 3, a strikeout, and popped out in the ball game. Tanner Scott, sacks full. And a swing and a foul tip into the mitt. So a real pressure situation here in this game. Seager's had a grand slam home run this year, going 2 for 5 with the bases loaded. 4 career grand slam home runs. 0-1 delivery to him. That's in there. Had him tied up. Took a little off that. His stride was ahead of it.
Oh, a good pitch.
Castro in the bullpen.
Well, Seager actually had the better numbers against left-handed pitching.
0-2. And that's going to be a base hit into center field. That'll score 2. Gordon has scored. Segura will score, and you're looking at Seattle's season right here. 8th inning. They get the first 3 on. They get the big 2 RBI hit by Seager, and they've got the lead back 3-2.
Wow. Well, Tanner Scott doing such a good job with that slider, and really here's the only mistake he's made. Full advantage of the count, and tries to overthrow it, and it stays in the middle of the plate. And Seager, a nice clean single. There's the bases loaded. Couple runs score, and yeah, the Mariners taking the lead.
2 RBIs on that one, and our Ford drive of the game belongs to Mr. Seager. Hurry into your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Roger McDowell out to the mound. Runners are now on at first and second base as Seager comes through. The big hard single right there. He's got 46 RBIs on the season now. They've got RBIs piled up in the middle of their order with Haniger and Cruz and Seager. Those are the guys who drive them in, and those are the table setters like Segura and Gordon.
Right. Not trying to do too much, just find a way to get on base.
So a 3-2 ball game. Seattle on top. Still nobody out. Span will draw Beckham in at third. He does square. He drops it foul. Wanted to go down the first base side. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground ball out for Denard Span. Tanner Scott had 10 relief appearances with Norfolk. Had a .75 ERA. Worked 12 innings in relief and gave up only 1 earned run. Got batters out with the big strikeouts. He had 13 strikeouts working out of the pen for Norfolk. 0-1. Beckham still in at third. Davis in at first. Doesn't show bunt. 1-1.
Well, that is the slider that Tanner Scott wants to throw right there. Start on the plate and then work down and away, just off. It's all about execution here, especially at the end of ball games. The game gets so tight, everything under a microscope. Hitters focus, they get a little bit tighter.
1-1 delivery, shows bunt, pulled it back or not. Strike called. Wanted to drop that one down, so now they can back up at the corners, 1-2.
Yeah, another hard slider, and he's trying to get it before it breaks. So a little offering out there, and then off it goes. Call going Tanner's way.
Colomé up in the bullpen, setup man or closer. Take your pick. Depends on the day. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Runners off first and second. Span will take it away. It was almost like he was going to take that pitch before it was even released.
Right. Yeah, he's so quiet in the box. All he cares about is seeing the baseball and then reacting to it. Never really ever gets outside of himself. Pretty sound approach.
2 ball, 2 strike count on him. Span 304 in the month of June. 2-2 delivery to him, and he's gone. Good pitch by Scott, knees inside corner.
Oh, good pitch there. Good fastball away and then kind of locking him up. Breaking ball starting more at him right there. A little bit of a flinch, and it drops down in for strike 3.
So Scott will come out as the matchups will continue. 2 runs in here, and Seattle up by 1. July 13th through Sunday the 15th. On Saturday, July 14, you can celebrate Maryland Day at Oriole Park. First 35,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles Maryland flag script replica jersey presented by Morgan State University. For tickets, go to Orioles.com.
Now let's take a look at Miguel Castro's numbers here. 32nd appearance, came in last night's ball game. Boy, command was a little bit off. You see, he's got 28 walks on the season. Last night flipped in about 4 of them. Opponent's hitting 216. Righty's just 204. Lefty's just 235. Only giving up a couple home runs on the season. Nice number right there with the runner stranded, and he's looking to keep him out there tonight.
First and second, only one down. Infield, of course, is going to play for 2. Healy up at the plate. Right-hander has picked up a single and an 0 for 3 here in this ball game, and has not had a hit in the first 2 games. A couple of fly ball outs and a ground ball out in this one. 2 base runners, Haniger, Seager. Ground ball down to third, chance for 2. Beckham 1 over to first, and they get the double play. So Castro comes in and gets it done, but a couple of runs here in the inning are going to go to Seattle, and they take a 1-run lead.
Was able to get to him for a couple runs. Just a nice solo home run by Danny Valencia, and then they push one across on a double play by Manny Machado. But a strong performance with the 10 punch outs. Yeah, he can rack up the punch outs, and he's going to give way to the bullpen. Colomé just brought over via trade, 35th appearance, and yeah, typically the closer had 12 saves with Tampa, but now it makes for a pretty dominant back end of a bullpen. 242 opponent batting average. Lefty's just down to 179. Big fastball slider combination. Really likes that slide ball.
So Paxton will leave with a chance to win his 7th. Darren O'Day gets charged with both of those runs. No part of an inning. 2 runs on 2 hits coming out of the game with an injury which looked like the hamstring problem acting up again. But Darren charged with the 2 runs that scored. So there's Paxton. And this Seattle team looking for another comeback win. They are 43-0 when they lead after 8. So the Orioles here in the 8th inning would like to put a dent and make sure they don't have the lead going into the 9th inning, because if that happens, you got to face Diaz, who with the save last night is 28th, now leads the majors. Edwin Diaz has 28 saves, the best in the majors. Pitch is taken for a strike. Colomé going to work.
Well, Beckham, he's got to be like that leadoff hitter, D. Gordon. Not trying to do too much here. Everybody'd like to hit a home run to tie it up, but put a little pressure on the back end of this bullpen. Take what's given. Singles to get on base, put some pressure on this defense.
And a shortstop catch made by Segura. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast, presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Look, Mama, it's a home run. Colby Rasmus has come out to pinch hit for Caleb Joseph. Caleb had a base hit, 1 for 2. We are in the 8th inning, and the Orioles are just going the 3rd time around, finishing up with it right here. So Colby Rasmus, 1 down, nobody on, will face Colome. Rasmus 0 for 1 off Colome. Shift on against Rasmus. Seager in at 3rd. And the pitch in there for a strike.
Rasmus fresh off the disabled list, put an A swing, picking up his first home run of the year, and boy, it'd be nice to see him back leg one here. Rasmus going for the power, actually brought over some more power from the left side.
Ended up with a one-handed swing on that one, and the count goes to 0-2. Colome against the Orioles in his career, of course, most of it with Tampa Bay. A 3-3 record, 11 out of 12 in save chances. This is the 25th game he has pitched against the Orioles. Given up 12 runs, 27 hits, 34 innings. Colome with the 0-2 delivery, and Rasmus will take it. So the Orioles able to jump out to a lead in this game on the Valencia home run, led it 1-0. Seager tied it up in the 4th, 1-1. Orioles went on top 2-1, 6th inning. Double play, ground ball, no RBI that scored Caleb Joseph. Fouled off. And then the 2 RBI base hit put up by Seager in the 8th, putting Seattle back up 3-2.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunities tonight for the Oriole offense.
Only had 4 hits in the ball game last night, as the Orioles stranded 5 and went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position last night. Colome with a 1-2.
Rasmus fighting off some tough pitches right now from Colome. Moving the ball all over the place.
Pitchers duel. 10 strikeouts. Paxton piled them up. Gosman, great outing. Run. 5 hits over 6. And inside.
And we were talking about in the open how the Orioles played so well last season, even though they had a losing record. It seemed like they just turned everything around when they came at home or got home. And they were a team tough to contend with because they were so powerful late in ball games. And these are the type of games the Orioles were winning at home last season. Looking for that bloop in a blast.
And there's a strikeout for Colome. 2 down.
Oh, good slider right there. Throws it hard. And look at the finish down at the bottom of the zone, over 90 miles an hour. Had a couple pitches on that outside corner. This one starts in the middle of the plate. Looks a little bit better. Rasmus offers, but that late movement gets him.
2 down, nobody on in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and here's Trey Mancini. Mancini 0 for 2 off Colome. Defense straight up behind him, and the pitch outside for a ball. Seattle's had to learn to live with fewer runs since Robinson Cano took the suspension. They averaged almost 4.7 runs a ball game when he was here. That has dropped down from 4.7 to 3.9. That's going to be a base hit into right field. So the Orioles get the potential tying run on as Trey Mancini delivers his second hit, 2 for 4.
There you go. Snuck a base hit through that 5-6 hole. And how about staying inside? Colome's pitch here. Nice swing by Trey Mancini. That's what you're looking for. Attacking him with the fastball in that inside corner. Instead of trying to do too much and rolling over, you stay inside. It hit the inside of the baseball. A nice approach by Boom Boom.
16 multi-hit games for Trey Mancini now. Mancini's getting better swings, Buck Showalter said before the game. Multi-hit games, 2 of the last 3 for him. Here's Adam. Gets one of the O's hot hitters to the plate. fouls that one away. He wanted a long ball. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. 221 walks, $11,050. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. 2 down, 1 on. Orioles down by a run in the 8th. Adam 2 for 15 lifetime off column A. And he will take that close pitch for a ball.
That's a nasty slider. That's right where he wanted to stick it. If he gets that call, Adam's in trouble. Good take, though, staying tall.
1 ball, 1 strike count. '29-year-old right-hander. Runner at first. 1-1 delivery way outside. What a scoop. Zunino saves the runner moving up on that one.
Pretty good backhand pick right here. Just yanking the slider. It's so tough to react. You get that glove in a good position, though. Give yourself a chance. He opens it wide on the backhand. Nice play, and look at the eyes right up to the base runner.
So Adam gets ahead on the count, 2-1. Column A with the 47 saves last year for Tampa Bay. Now setting up. 2-1 delivery on the way, and Adam will pop it up back and out of play.
Nice cut. Almost a big mistake right there by Column. Definitely staying away from Adam Jones' power, working everything on that outer third, but cutting loose that fastball and leak back over. Give Adam Jones a good opportunity. A healthy cut, though. Straight back.
Saw Zach Britton in the pen. He worked an inning, giving up just a walk in the ball game last night. 2-2. Orioles trying to get at least that run back. It puts Seattle on top in the 8th. 2-2 delivery on the way, and Adam will take it outside. Boy, Column A doesn't when he misses. It's not by much. He really gives you something to look at up there. And a good eye by Adam Jones. 3-2.
I think Adam just, we've talked every night, it seems, about Adam Jones getting himself in a good position to hit. Pulled nice takes right there. Every pitch down and away. The hard slider, which has been really the tough pitch for Adam Jones throughout his career, but taking it like a rock.
Mancini will run. He is being held. 3-2 delivery on the way. And he'll do it again. Pazos up in the bullpen. These tight games, matchups go on and on. Pazos got a hold, pitching a 1-2-3 inning in the game last night. And waiting on deck, Manny. Adam will have pitch number 7 coming on this 3-2. His base hit came his last time up. Again, Mancini held by Healy, so he does not get a big jump. In the air to right, not deep. They were playing him deep, but it's right at him. Haniger puts it away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We go to the 9th inning. Seattle 3, the Orioles 2. supporting Baltimore City's Youth Works program, seeking to provide as many as 12,000 Baltimore City youth with summer employment. To donate, go to baltimorecityfoundations.org and choose Mayor's Office of Employment Development Youth Works. And to learn more, visit youthworks.oedworks.com. Ninth inning. Job here. Castro hold it to a one-run ball game. Kobe Rasmus is in left field. Wins is catching. Mancini and Joseph out of the lineup. Bottom part of the order up. Ben Gamble. Gamble, Zunino, and Heredia. 0-2 delivery to him, and that will be outside.
Castro, nice job cleaning up that last inning, getting the double play ball, the old 5-4-3. Yeah, nice job here, taking advantage of this count.
1-2 delivery. Gamble reaching for it, can't get it. He's gone, one away.
88 miles an hour. A little changeup out there on the outside corner. They're buzzing about 96, 97 away. Yeah, a little change of speeds. Even his changeup comes in there pretty hot. 88 miles an hour. Gamble, I'm guessing a little in between on that swing.
So Zunino will stand in. Mike Zunino, the catcher, with one down. Pitch taken for a strike. Zunino with the 0 for 3. A couple of fly ball outs and that strikeout. Heredia waiting on deck. Their closer, Diaz, major league leader in saves, getting ready to come in and what looks like it will be a save situation. 0-2. Shift on in the infield behind Castro. 2-strike pitch will be outside for a ball.
Castro cutting it loose right now. 98, 97 there with the fastball just missing, but boy, the first 2 strikes, some cheese balls.
It's the 1-2 delivery to him and thought about it. Castro trying to get him to go after it away. Cal will stay at 2-2 on Zunino. Zunino's got some power. And a chopper came up and caught the bat. Fortunately for him.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't catch that one in the chops. Take a look, reaching out to try to get this fastball. Kicks off the plate and then bounces up and catches him in the arm.
Ooh. He's got that long extended guard on the helmet to protect the jaw. 2-2 delivery on the way. Pop that one up. Right field. And that will be hauled in. Danny Valencia going over to get it. Hey, join us tomorrow. It'll be game 3 of the 4-game set. Alex Cobb will be on the mound against Wade LeBlanc. Our coverage on Masson begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Southwest. Our game coverage will be at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. 2 down, nobody on, 9th inning. Already a base hit. First time up, 1 for 3. Shows bunt, had Beckham back, takes it away for a ball. I asked Manny today about that extended guard. He's shortened it way up now and using just the short jaw guard. He said, yeah, it does help you focus a little bit more, but he said it was too heavy. He said, especially when you're on the base paths, if you're wearing that helmet, he said you really feel it. The weight differential, he said, was just too much, so he's cut way back. Much shorter protector than the one being worn right here by Heredia. Real close by Castro. Thought he had it in there. Did not get the call in the 2-ball 1-strike count. Thought you made a good point. We were talking about it last night. Hitters feel safer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you stay in there just a hair longer. I think there is a fear factor involved in the game, and I think a lot of pitchers actually had great careers living off that, right? You buzz a couple fastballs in, a guy feels uncomfortable in there. Well, players protecting their jaw and their face now. I mean, it's scary, really. It's life or death stuff. So you just feel a little safer about keeping that nose in there, you know, and that's the key. If you go step in the box and you're fearless, you're going to have some more success.
Yeah. There's just so many wearing that guard now. Full count delivery on the way and fouled off. So Heredia will keep his at bat alive. Just to tell you how many. Go ahead.
We were talking also last night that some hitters use it as like that tunnel, right?
Yeah.
To have that tunnel vision. So I talked to Scott Brocious because he was like one of the first I ever saw make an adjustment, pulling the helmet down a little just so he wouldn't swing at the high fastball. And he told me today it was Ricky Henderson that told him to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Popped up the right, scopes back, and Jonathan will put it away. So a good job, Castro. Now the Orioles down by 1, bottom of the 9th, and he will lead it off. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Well, buckle them up. Here we go. Major League leading closer has the full moon going. What could it all mean?
He's going to have to go through some of the tougher bats in this Oriole lineup. I'll tell you that. Manny Machado getting things going. Let's take a look at Diaz's numbers, though. 2.70 earned run average, 41st appearance coming out of the Mariners bullpen. 28 saves in his 31 opportunities. Got 66 punch-outs in 40 innings of work, and pretty good command, only 13 walks. Opponent's hitting just 167 overall. Both lefties and righties having a hard time getting to Diaz, only giving up the 2 home runs. Of course, Manny'd love to pop one out of here to tie it up, but Diaz, big fastball, 95 to 100 miles an hour, and a power slider to go along with it.
24-year-old right-hander, very quietly has become the #1 closer in terms of saves. Pitch is in there for a strike. Manny Machado 0 for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 6 in the series. Manny is 0 for 2 off Diaz. Pitch will be away for a ball. With Colomé rather coming on to pitch, you saw the 1 inning he's already worked for a hit. Last year it was Diaz and Colomé were 1 and 2 in saves in the American League. Colomé had 47 and 34 saves picked up by Diaz. He was 4th, Diaz was. Colomé had 47, so now you put the 2 together in the same bullpen.
Yuck.
Yuck. 1-2 delivery, a chopper to short. Segura. One down, 9th inning. Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. One away, Danny Valencia coming up. Valencia, the home run, came in the 2nd inning, his 7th. He has walked and struck out. Home run coming off Paxton. The other run scoring on a double play ground ball in the 6th inning. Diaz, he'll take it away.
Let's take a look at the home run. Yeah, fastball on that inside corner. Great swing from Valencia. Really short and direct to the baseball. He's going to have that same short swing against Diaz.
1 down. He's taking. It's going to be in there for a strike. Diaz with the 28 saves. Chapman with the Yankees 23. Kimbrel, Boston 22. Nobody has struck out more out of the bullpen than Diaz. 66 Ks. That is going to be away for a ball. Diaz has gone 3 up, 3 down in 16 of his 28 saves. That is the most by any closer. 2 ball, 1 strike count. That's going to be a solid base hit to center. So Valencia continues with the hot bat, continuing to say, you got to play me. He's 2 for 3 in this one.
Boy, nice swing. Loud noise off the bat there. 97, 98 mile an hour fastball coming right back at you, Mr. Diaz. A bullet by Valencia.
Danny stays hot. He'll come out of there with a pinch runner with Jace Peterson coming on. Represents the potential tying run for the Orioles here in the 9th inning. And Mark Trumbo coming to the plate. Trumbo a base hit, a couple of strikeouts. 1 for 2 off Diaz. Throw over. Peterson with speed.
But by far the hottest hitter this month power wise. 6 home runs here in the month of June for Trumbo.
In the air right. They were playing very deep, but this has got big hang time. Sliding catch made only because it was so high. Haniger coming in to get it. He was way back by the warning track.
Boy, he made quite a recovery actually to come in and make this play. He was in panic mode, and how about taking this one right off the top of the grass. A nice effort right there to come down with the 2nd out.
So Haniger gets it, and now 2 down, and Jonathan Scope. Scope with a 1 for 5 off Diaz. Paxton is waiting to see if he gets his 7th win. Ground ball to short. He's gonna. The flip made Segura to Gordon, and that will do it here in the ball game. In the 9th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and Seattle stays perfect when they have a lead. After 8 innings, they win their 49th game, and they've won the first 2 in this series. This one by a score of 3-2, and Paxton is 7-2. So game 3 coming up tomorrow. Alex Cobb on the mound against Wade LeBlanc. Our coverage on MASN 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Our game coverage will be at 7. This has been a MASN presentation. Tom and Rick will take a look back and at a big 8th inning that put Seattle on top to stay. And we will be back to see you tomorrow night. For Mike Warnick and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody. Adieu.